Hey, what's good? I'm Done Deal, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bass.
Done deal on the track. Yeah, here we go again. That boy stole my style.
All right, so we got Done Deal on the track, jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
What's going on, y'all, man?
Man, everything's good, bro. Appreciate you coming to tap in with us.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what's been good, bro? What you got going on lately?
Man, a little bit of everything. Just had a single drop with Lil Uzi. Death Star Studios, my studio in Buckhead, going good. Working on a lot of projects, Playboy Cardi, Future, a few other people.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, word. So we gonna tap into all of that. We definitely want to, give the DGB audience an opportunity to, get an idea where you come from and some of your stories. So, let's start out, from the beginning. So, you from Atlanta, but I understand you got some California roots, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What part of Cali?
I was actually born in New York. Moved from New York to California when I was like 2 years old. I lived out in Compton for a little bit. From Compton, I moved to Arizona. Okay. So I was out in California for like a good 10 years though.
Okay. Word. And were you a military brat or?
Nah, my mom just moved around a lot. She had to get her life going.
I can dig it. And so do you have enough memories of California to be able to even give kind of a comparison of, the differences between Cali and, Georgia,
yeah, sure,
or Atlanta to be exact?
Because I went back and forth enough.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can say that my love for music probably started in California. And West Coast is just a different vibe. I think it has some similarities to Atlanta, the old schools, the mentality out there, but other than that, I really just have to say like it's a different type of world to come from there to Atlanta.
No, most definitely. I mean, whole different vibe, you know. I mean, so would you say that you got more game out there in Cali or here in Atlanta?
Split between. I got a little game when I was in Cali, you know what I'm saying? I had some older cousins, some uncles that taught me a little something while I was out there. But when I came out here, I think I learned the South was my home. You know what I'm saying? Like I really learned and loved the music out here, and it transformed me into who I am today.
That's what's up. So what part of Atlanta did you grow up in?
When I first came out here, I was on Jonesboro Road.
Okay.
So Southside, Clayton County, went to Lovejoy, T Road, all that shit.
Okay. Word. And at what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
Shit, man, probably like 16, 17.
Okay.
I really got into it. I really started to feel that shit, and I invested in myself. I got a dog bite right here when I was a kid, like 5, 6 years old. I had an acting career as a child, and getting bit by the dog, I got a big lawsuit when I turned 18. So I took my money from my lawsuit and invested in studio equipment and stuff.
Oh wow! And that's how you got started.
Yeah.
Okay.
A big part of how I got started.
Okay, word. That's what's up. Now, you said you were coming up on the south side of Atlanta.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest differences that you would say, like, between the south side of Atlanta and Compton?
No Mexicans. It was no Mexicans, man.
I was used LA without Mexicans.
I was used to seeing like a different type of community of people, and coming out to Georgia was the first time I saw like a united front of black people. You know what I'm saying? Like people who I had never seen wealthy black people before in my whole entire life until I came to Atlanta, and I was like, whoa. I was like, they live different out here. Like the air is different.
Yeah, nah, that's super inspiring to see, when you come from another place and you come here and you see black people in position that you just wouldn't even have imagined them being in.
Never thought. And to come out here and see black millionaires, I was like, it's possible.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, that's what's up. So what high school did you go to?
I went to Lovejoy.
Okay.
Lovejoy High School.
Okay. And then and did you play sports, or were you always like the music guy? Like what was your vibe?
Yeah. I was a hood rat. You know what I'm saying? And just ended up getting into rapping at first. And I got signed, and it was cool, but I figured out that I didn't like crowds or performing in front of people. It just seemed like, I don't know. I didn't like being put on the spot like that. So I was like, man, what's another thing I could do in music that'll keep me there, but not be in the front line all the time? And, you know, I figured out it was producing. I actually went out to New York to visit my dad, and my older brother had a studio set up in his room. And I was like, damn, this nigga got all this stuff. I'm sitting in there trying to learn everything. He had an MPC and a keyboard. And I just sat in there for the whole summer and learned how to make beats and learn how to record myself, use Pro Tools, all that stuff. So it probably took like a good 2 months, but then I was like, I can make beats.
Yeah, the first like beat machine you used was the MPC?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay. So how do you feel about, or do you even feel a type of way, you know, with, you know, nowadays that, you know, most beats are done like just straight on the computer, right within FL Studio?
Man, I had the come to Jesus moment about FL when I was probably about 21, 22. Somebody came in, brought their laptop in the studio. I had this whole big ass setup, 2 keyboards, 88 key motif, this, that, the MPC, my Pro Tools. And I'm like, this is real production equipment. I spent $20,000 on my setup, and this dude comes in with a probably $500-600 laptop and blows my music out the water. And I was like, the fuck? I'm just looking at his, I was like, yo, this nigga really made this shit on here? And after that, I started fucking with Logic because it was the closest to MPC keyboard. That was like 4 years, 5 years, my dog. Okay. And then I moved to FL.
Okay. And so do you still tap into like some of your like keyboards and
yeah,
other
for
things?
Sure. I have the MPC keyboard, MPC. I use it from time to time. I don't know. I'm more about like workspace, where I feel the most comfortable at, and it's just hard to go back knowing you can knock out a beat in 10 minutes and be done.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting, the evolution of, you know, the music producer, because you look at, you know, in L.A. Reid and Babyface's, you know, era, and I mean, they had full ensembles, people playing the piano, people, you know, on the horns, you know, they had, you know, all of that. Then it, you know, transitioned to then, you know, producers using the MPCs and, you know, different keyboards, things like that. And then up to, you know, just straight FL. So, it, you know, it's just interesting, the evolution of it. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, they are producers, you know, it's just the new age and having to respect.
Yeah, I mean, you can I still do it from time to time. I'll have a guitar player come in. I'll have a piano player come in. I'll have somebody do some drums and stuff, and we'll put it together. But that just coincides with production. You know what I'm saying? It's production at the end of the day. Barry Gordy, you know, coming up with I'm a composer at the end of the day.
Right. So I want to get into, you went to New York, linked with your pops and your brother, spend the whole summer there, learn how to make beats. So then do you come back to Atlanta, and then are you like working with artists and like shopping beats, or like how does that go?
It took years in between me learning how to make beats to getting to my first artist. Me and my friends, of course, we all rapped, so that was my immediate group of people I worked with.
Okay.
And I was just the beat maker for my team. But then I'd say the first thing that ever came up for me was Medea. They were doing the plays.
Okay.
And my manager, this dude named Gary, told me, hey man, they doing the movies. They're about to start shooting the movies. They want you to do the music for it. And so I get my hand in production for them with this company called Visual Grammar. And my first few checks was off of movies.
Wow.
But that gave me time to put more money into the music. And the first artist I ever worked with is Young Thug.
Okay. That's what's up. Now it's interesting that you got your first like major placements within like one of the Tyler Perry plays within Medea. That's super interesting. Have you produced anything like on any of his other, like anything that's on TV or anything like that?
It's been a minute since I've done anything with Sync. To be honest with you, I'm just I'm in the streets with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no, most definitely. That was just a dope opportunity.
Yeah, it was a dope opportunity. It was a come up. But of course I would work in movie, film, TV, whatever. But, I get my money where I've been getting.
Word. So now you mentioned Young Thug being the first artist that you actually produced for. How'd you end up meeting him? How'd you connect with him?
Man, so I had a studio off of Spring Street that everybody used to come to. This dude named Tay-Man, he had a cousin downstairs, and the cousin knew everybody. So he linked me with the Rich Kidz, Cash Out, and Young Thug. And so really the first people I produced for is Rich Kidz, and I do I See You. Okay. And then I worked with Cash Out, and we did I Got It with Cash Out and Young Thug. And then after that, me and Thug just started working. I think it was like 2009, 2010.
All right, that's what's up. And I mean, bruh is such a, always been like such a creative artist. I still don't think that like he gets like the credit, for like just how creative he is and willing to go left.
He's definitely been outside the box in the music industry his whole entire time of doing it.
Yeah.
I know it was a lot of no's before it got to yes. But I came from nothing 1, 2, and 3, and by 3, he was the man.
Yeah, that tape series was dope. Like him and Swamp Izzo, like they had the city on smash with that.
Yeah, I had an old production group called Planet 9. Okay. And so we were the producer tag that was used on there instead of it being Done Deal.
Ah, word. Okay. No, that makes sense. And so with Rich Kidz, I mean, that was like a legendary run. I feel like Rich Kidz like has like that cult following. You know what I mean? Like
had Atlanta on smash. Club Crucial. Remember going out there, and everybody like I didn't know the song was so big until I went inside of Club Crucial. I was like, everybody knows this shit.
Yeah.
And so that's where we got a lot of our like, is this song good or not?
Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. I mean, that was like a legendary run in the city.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then they did like a reunion show.
Yeah, I saw they did the reunion.
Yeah. It was one of those parking lot concerts.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. I mean, that was during an interesting time too, because, we were still in the midst of the pandemic. Atlanta was, probably the one city that's open while everybody else was closed, How did you take to the pandemic? Like, were you still out and about and in the mix, or were you laying low?
At first, I'd say for the first 5-6 months, I was like, this shit is real. And I stayed in the house. But being a producer, I could stay home all day, make beats in the mount. So I was still productive, but I wasn't out in the streets.
Got you.
And then after like 6 months of seeing people who caught COVID and was like, nigga, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's just for people with pre-existing conditions, this, that, and the third. And I was like, fuck it.
Right.
But
so did you learn anything new during the pandemic? They said everybody or you supposed to come out the pandemic with like some type of new skill or new hobby or something like that?
I mean, I think I practice piano a lot, so
Okay.
I taught myself how to play pretty well. Other than that, man, that shit was depressing.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to learn nothing for real.
Yeah,
I
nah.
was like, man,
Yeah, it was hard, man. Like the pandemic, I mean, it was like two ways you could take it. Like one, just being in the house and kind of being cooped up, and you know, it's like it could like really pull from your creativity.
hell yeah.
Or you could use it as fuel to, you know what I mean, tap into something, you know, creative. But you know what I mean, it was definitely
Yeah,
that. back
man,
and
that shit was weird for me,
Yeah,
cause I ain't never seen nothing like that in my lifetime.
yeah.
My mom never saw anything like that in her lifetime.
Right.
So.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's truly for the history books. Like this is, you know, all of the experiences that we gained through the pandemic is like something brand new and something that, you know, later on down the line is going to really be in the history books.
Yeah,
You know?
shit's wild.
Yeah. So speaking of history, you were a history major, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where'd you go to school?
I actually went to school at, I dropped out.
Okay.
First month, I'm just gonna say that. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I went to school, that was it.
Yeah, I can dig
I
it.
decided music was my life. Didn't want to sit there and get in debt.
Yeah, nah, I can dig it. I can dig it, man. I mean, it's all about taking those steps, and then if you know that next opportunity comes about, then you know you gotta make
Hell
that
yeah,
executive decision.
Listen, man, I realized everybody was going to school with no plans on using what they got from school
Yeah,
to use it in the real world. And for me, it was easy for me to see that like I'm already set up for my future. Let me just go fuck with that.
yeah,
My mom told me to treat music like college. Like give yourself 10 years. If you get your master's, that's it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 10 years I gave myself to see if I could make it. I made it within 4 or 5 years. It was a win for me.
Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. So, I mean, it sounds like it was a decision well made.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
nah,
say
that's
that.
what's up. That's what's up. So, tell us about your studio here in Atlanta.
Death Star Studios. Yeah, man. 741 Lambert Drive. It's a great studio. I've had it since 2018. I got 3 rooms in there. It's great, man.
Yeah.
It's great. It's Star Wars theme. Super dope. Quavo, Migos recorded their last album in there. Dolph, Key Glock, so on and so forth. So many people, Polo G, Dirt, Chop Squad brought Blue Bucks Clans and a whole bunch of people in. It's a great studio, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, what is it like running a studio that is actually like open to the public? Because I feel like most artists, producers have, you know, studios that is just, you know, for them to cook up in and they artists.
Well, I'm a businessman first, so for me, you know, I do have personal space that I can use for a studio. I'd rather make money.
Yeah.
I can make beats at the house. It's great though.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, I saw the opportunity of making $40,000 to $50,000 a month. Do that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, I was reading somewhere. Are you vegan?
Not anymore.
No. Okay. Okay.
I was vegan for 2 years.
Okay. And how was that? How was that run?
Man, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Made me feel like sluggish and weak sometimes. Not enough protein. Found things to replace certain things, but it still was like not the best for me.
Right.
So right now I'm like vegetarian. I still eat cheese, milk, dairy,
Gotcha.
all that, but
Gotcha.
I'm not.
Gotcha. You're not eating a cow or
Yeah, I'm good.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, you know, that's interesting though, because most people you will hear when they go vegetarian or go vegan, they say, my head's clear, I've got so much more energy, I feel so much lighter, you know, things like that. So, you know, it's interesting to hear, you know what I mean, that you had kind of a different experience with it.
They say that it takes like 2-3 years to really get adjusted all the way to being vegan. So I think I just skip the time period because
Yeah.
there was a point in time where like I was in the studio until 5 o'clock in the morning, and niggas bring wings in there, and I'm looking like I gotta eat this fucking grass. Like, come on, man.
Right,
so
right.
I picked up a wing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you can only eat French fries for so long. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Like that's the difficult thing too about the like the lifestyle. You know, being a producer, being in music. You know, eating healthy. It's just a lot more difficult. It's a lot more
Yeah.
planning involved in it.
the older I get, the more I understand like meal prepping.
Yeah.
Put your food up, bring stuff with you, bring a lunchbox.
Mm-hmm.
Don't order McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been healthy for, I'd say, around 5-6 years
Yeah.
of paying attention to my health completely.
Okay. So in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers just recently came out and said that he smoked ayahuasca and that, you know, it helped him last season like have one of the best seasons and one of the best outlooks, you know, that he's ever had.
Yes.
And I saw something where you were speaking on that as well.
Love it. DMT.
Okay. Can you speak on that?
dimethyltryptamine. Yeah, dimethyltryptamine, man. It's definitely opened my mind and got away a lot of my negativity. I think coming from where I came from, it's easy to be in a negative state of mind because you've seen negativity growing up your whole life. And it definitely just like washes away all those feelings of just being like pent up. And plus I was on lean, super tough, perks, all that, and it just wasn't for me. And I figured it out after doing DMT. Definitely a life-changing experience. Makes you feel like, you know, God is present. So that's what I experienced. I experienced God in a form, and it just kind of asked me questions on how to get my life better.
Okay.
Just follow directions, man.
Yeah.
It definitely speaks to you, though. It's not something you have to do every month or every day. I do it maybe 2-3 times in a year, like maybe in a year.
Okay, got you. So it's not something that you can like kind of do on a regular
It's
basis.
like mushrooms. Like people who are overdoing mushrooms, if you eat mushrooms more than, let's say, 5 times in a month, 6 times in a month, you're not doing them for the right reasons. That shit will tell you not to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you be looking at mushrooms, some people be like, I don't know why I don't feel like doing them today. Because there's no message for you. There's nothing that you gonna gain from it. So I'm very sparse with my psychedelics, things that, you know, open your mind, because you don't want your mind to be too open.
Yeah. No, that's what's up. What would you say is, you know, one of the most fulfilling moments that you've experienced, you know, through your career so far? You know, whether it was achieving a specific goal.
I don't think there's any specific moment that I can say is fulfilling. I can say that over time, watching everything I've done come full circle, and it becomes, everything's retroactive in my life. You know, I get to see what I've done make money over time. So I get to sit back and collect money because I worked hard.
Right.
It's almost like, you know, if I wanted to retire, I could, but I don't, you know, I still have love for music, but
Right.
to watch my music achieve the things that it's achieved, being like Billboard #1 for songs that changed Atlanta culture and all that, and watching who I put my time and effort into come up, I feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't think I could ever feel too fulfilled.
Right.
I always want more.
Right. I mean, that's what keeps us fueled is that continued hunger. You know what I'm saying? Like almost never being satisfied and always, you know, looking for like that, you know, that next thing that we can achieve.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
An interviewer not too long ago, 6 years ago, asked me a question and asked me, do I feel any competition in the music industry for producers? And at the time I was like, no, because when you're at the top, it doesn't matter. Who can compete with you when you're consistent? But now that I'm older, I understand that like, if you're not on the project, somebody else is on the project. So the competition is, you can see their work, their effort, and that's what made me feel like I had to go harder and keep going.
You know, foresight is everything, but at the same time, you know, a lot of us either, you know, maybe don't believe in what we think that we know is going to happen in the future enough to push towards it, or we let things discourage us along the way.
No,
so with what you just said, you know, with being fulfilled by watching your early works nowadays, you know, seeing the fruits of those labors then, I mean, that's everything. So, I mean, that's definitely something to feel fulfilled from, you know what I mean?
To be able to see your work still last generations.
Absolutely.
It's a generation for my work, and I still get paid like it was yesterday.
Right. So what advice would you give up and coming producers?
Stop trying to work with the biggest people and create your own stars. At the time I was coming up in the industry, it was Jeezy, T.I., you know, those were the two top niggas to work with. If I get a song with them, blah, blah. But then you gotta realize they already have a track record. There's no song you can give them that would change them being stars. They're already stars. They've already created their track record, what people are used to listening to. It don't matter if you come with the craziest beat in the world, you're just another producer they work with.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you create stars, boom. You the first one. Everybody's coming to you to get that sound.
Right. That's foresight coming into it again. You know, you've got to definitely have that foresight and, you know, be willing to follow your beliefs, even if, you know, right then and there you don't see the results or the numbers. You know,
yeah, for real. Because everybody used to tell me like, Young Thug. It was like, y'all don't see what I see. This nigga, the first day I ever met him, he was wearing a big ass purple pea coat with the arms cut off, and had on a belly shirt and some bell bottom jeans and a scarecrow hat. And I was like, the fuck is this? I was like, what's going on, man? And he was like, I'm gonna be the next Lil Wayne. He was like, let me in. You take a chance. You know, it took years. It wasn't like overnight.
Right.
But to hear somebody has something, just keep on rolling with it. Like Chop Squad, love my brother. He stayed with Dirk. He was working with Dirk when people was like, yeah, he cool. But now he the man.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You stay with somebody, you get to reap the benefit of them being the people that they're gonna be.
Right. Absolutely.
So I would tell producers, definitely focus on the people around you, find talent. If you hear it, if you feel like you know something, go with your gut. McConan, I was listening to McConan one night at the studio with DJ Spinz and FKI, and we see this guy on YouTube who's playing the piano with a mask on, and these songs are weird, but I was like, it's weird enough to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna get a hit. He gonna get something. That's what happens. Dolph, working with Dolph, working with Migos, Hannah Montana,
Yeah.
Sheets Working, Cash Out. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are songs where it was like, we don't know if this is gonna go where it's supposed to go.
Right.
But the gamble pays off.
Now I heard with Hannah Montana, you wasn't sure if the song title, like what was the right move.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But it's funny because I sat there and listened to the song and I was like, Hannah Montana. But then I get it, Molly White, you know.
Right.
All that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But first, FKI, the dude who found Post Malone, he walks in, he was like, T.I. walked, he's in the same studio, Young Dro comes in, what's this? And everybody in the studio did the same thing. They did that with Stoner. I played Stoner for the first time, everybody walks in, T.I., who's that? It's like, when a hit is a hit, people are gonna come in and say it.
Right. And you can't deny it.
No, undeniable.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. Now with DJ Spinz, like, or with Hood Rich, like you were connected in within that too, within the production
HPG.
team. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, and you guys like produced a lot of
man.
dope class, like a lot of classics.
We had a whole probably 2 summers of smash hits.
Yeah.
Childish Major, you don't even know it. Nothing on You with C4. Me, you know, Stoner, Sheets Working, all that. It was like back to back. It was a fun time for sure.
Yeah. Back to back smashes.
Yes.
Like, yeah. That was definitely a crazy time. I mean, it was like y'all just couldn't be stopped. I mean, everything that you heard, like whether it was on the radio or if you was on YouTube or if you know whatever, like something produced by one of you guys was there. What's your thoughts on you know the YSL RICO case, but then just all of these RICOs like hitting these rappers in the city, and then the new DA saying that there might be some other rappers down here that might be getting hit with RICOs. What's your thoughts on all that?
I feel like people, even politicians, are chasing clout. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are really just trying to take advantage of a situation. You know, I'm not. Ruff Ryders, you know what I'm saying? Rockefeller, like they all had people that were gangsters, but it doesn't mean the whole clique is a gang. You know, there's YSL members out right now that just don't fit the format for them. So for them to say that it's a whole gang and they're trying to take down the 2 biggest people in Atlanta, Gunna and Thug, like, of course the whole YSL free, but y'all gonna take away the 2 things that like these niggas is giving back. They doing everything they do to help our community, and just to see how it's going makes me feel bad for Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the spirit is gone from us. I know rappers who won't come out here no more. They like, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, because it almost feel like this the like city to come and get
right,
set
y'all
up
are
in.
targeting.
Yeah, exactly.
Targeting.
Yeah.
Like, y'all gonna take down 808 Mafia or something because of the name?
Right.
YSL, Young Stoner Life. It literally, that was the original name of Stoner, Young Stoner Life. So they take it and make it into a gang thing. What can you do about it?
Yeah.
But free my brothers.
Yeah, man, free the guys.
Yeah, man.
For real. Now, in the beginning of your career, early in your career when you were a rapper, you had gotten a deal with Ruff Ryders, right? Or one of their like
labels. Okay. Sure did.
Right.
Sure did.
Did you actually work with like DNY at all or any of them?
We were on the south, Atlanta.
Yeah.
So they was trying to get us in the right route, but I just realized like that shit ain't my style, bro.
Yeah. Word.
Too much going on.
Yeah.
I don't like niggas pulling out guns for no reason and waving them around. It's like, hold on, man.
Yeah, like what we doing?
Who want to deal with that?
Yeah.
So I figured out that shit wasn't for me.
So Dundee, what else you working on? What else you got coming up here in 2022?
Man, a lot. I'm focused on CEO Trail right now. That's my brother. We going crazy. I'm also focused on Fonnie Figueroa. That's my boy. We going crazy. And I'm just ready to work with, I'm out of my deal with APG. Okay. So my first placement getting out of my deal is the Uzi song. And I'm just ready to work with everybody. So that's it. I'm back in the studio daily, making sure I keep my focus on music.
That's what's up. And are there any artists that you've never worked with that you aspire to work with?
Hell yeah, man. I fuck with Polo G, Super Tough, Dirk. Although me and Dirk have done some work before, it's never been like just staying in the studio together. Lil Baby, he hit me up recently for some beats, but I'm still, want to get in. Yeah. That's really it. Anybody that want to work with me, of course, let's work. But yeah, money bag.
Okay. Oh, word.
Yeah, money bags.
Most definitely. And then, do you prefer working in the studio and cooking up with the artist?
Yeah, of course. Okay. I'm a producer.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
And are you the type of producer where you're like giving direction, even to tell somebody like, hey, maybe switch up this line?
Yeah,
do that?
Of course.
Really involved.
I've been on that type of time since the Pee Wee Longway, helping them create the song. And I've even written hooks and all types of stuff. So.
Right. Okay, that's what's up. You got any last shout outs or anything you wanna shout out?
Yeah, man. I just want to shout out all of Atlanta for really staying together, and I hope that we really get this shit together, because this shit's going crazy right now. Free the guys, and that's it, man. All right. Shout out to Dirty Glove.
Got deal on the track. Yeah, here we go again. That boy stole my style, stole my flow again.